Hey girlies, it's your girl back with another video. For today's video, we are catching up. We are doing a life update. There's a lot of things, a lot of new things that are going on in my life, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. But yeah, if you're interested, then just stay tuned. I'm just gonna say I haven't been drinking as much water as I should be, and I have proof to show it, but I'm not doing that no more because listen, my body needs the water, and yeah. But how are y'all doing? If you're new here, my name's Karina. I do a lot of makeup content, makeup related content. Sometimes I do commentary to check it right with me. I hope that you would subscribe and like this video if you like it. I'm also on like TikTok and Instagram. I wanted to start like shouting that out. I'll be putting all of my info right here so you guys can follow me if you want to. I do post a bit more personal stuff on there, more things like on a day-to-day basis type situation. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna start with like the meat of it. Y'all, a bitch is engaged. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I still can't believe it. I'll just have to walk y'all through the whole thing and how it happened because it was so perfect. Honestly, it was so perfect. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Okay, so me and my boyfriend have been dating for 3 years. 3 years and 2 months. And honestly, I'm just so happy. Okay, I need to start getting ready because I'm not gonna get anything done, and I actually have to go to work today. So yeah, I already primed my face. I don't always like to start out with this, but I did today. I did go in with my vitamin C serum. I'm also going to, do I want to do primer? I don't know if I want to put primer today, to be honest, because we don't really have a big day. For foundation, I'm going to be doing my It Cosmetics CC cream. This is an oldie but a goodie. It never lets me down. All right, so how did it start? So he caught me so off guard. It's like I knew it was coming because like he would like ask me questions like earlier this year and like last year, low-key. Last year he was like, so how do you want to be proposed or whatever? And he was like, do you want it to be public? Do you want it to be private? I always knew that I wanted something private, something that was more intimate, something that was just like to be me and him. You know, I didn't want, for me, I hate, and this is my personal opinion because I know everybody's opinion is different and we can just agree to disagree, but I hate watching videos where like people are getting proposed to and there's like people around them and then everybody's just there with their phone. I knew that's not what I wanted for my engagement. I am a very public person in terms that I post a lot on social media, but I'm also private in ways that I don't, certain things I just want for myself, and that should be okay. So yeah, I told Justin that's how I wanted it. I wanted something private, but then I was also like, but I also know that whatever you do, I know I would be like perfect with. And Justin knows me, I know Justin, and I knew anything that he did, I would be super happy with. Okay, so that was last year. And then this year, I want to say it had been like, I want to say less than 2 or 3 weeks ago, he had asked me, he was like, oh, I think we should take engagement pictures like after we get engaged. So I'm like, yeah, like I would love to have an engagement photo shoot. Like I thought that was like a non-negotiable. Not that we would have to have it, but obviously I would love to have pictures to commemorate that special moment. So I was like, yeah, I'm super down for having an engagement photo shoot after we get engaged. And little did I know it was because he was already planning. In my head, I'm like, okay, so he's thinking about these things. Like he's actively thinking about our engagement. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it's coming soon, like relatively more soon than later, you know? I feel like he wanted to let me know that it was coming just because he wanted to make sure that I knew that it was coming and not have me thinking that there was no action behind what we had been talking about. Because yes, we have had conversations about wanting to get married and starting a family and all the things, and these were things that we were talking about already. So it was almost like reassurance in a way that like, yes, we're talking about these things, and yes, I'm actually like moving along with said things. And I've always said that I wanted to be surprised when I got engaged, and I think the way he did it was perfect because it gave me reassurance that like I've been dating him for 3 years and we live together. So I guess in some cultures it's not necessarily super traditional to like move in with your boyfriend and then, you know, do the thing after, but this is my life, and like obviously everybody's life isn't the same, but it's been working for me. But it's not like we were just living together with no plan to actually get married and start building a life together. So it was nice that he did it that way. So he'd make slight comments here and there, almost like to let me know that, yeah, these things are happening. So I was like, okay. So last weekend we went to a wedding, and right before that wedding, so I have these nails on right now and they're like growing out and stuff, but I was like getting tired of them. So I told him, I mentioned to him, I was like, hey, I think I'm gonna take these nails off. But then I was like, oh wait, we have this wedding to go to, so maybe I'll wait till after. And so I made that comment, right? And so then later that same, I wanna say later that same week, he was like, wait, I think I was getting off work one day and I told him I was going to the gym after or something. And then he was like, wait, so when are you doing your nails? I'm like, well, I'm not taking them off anymore, so I'm not going to do them until like right before Thanksgiving. Okay, so I quickly did my eyebrows and finished my foundation. But I was saying, so I was already thinking that it was gonna happen, right? But I knew that we were gonna be going to visit Justin's family in about 2 weeks, right before Thanksgiving. And we were gonna have a Thanksgiving celebration with them then. So I was like, I don't know if he's gonna do it before then or, you know, after that, before Christmas. I don't know, but something told me it was gonna happen this year. I just didn't know when to expect it, right? Okay, so I was at work. It was Veterans Day, so he had the day off from work. He texts me while I'm at work with a client. He's like, hey, I'm gonna stop by Michael's because my mom needs me to pick up something that isn't at her Michael's over where she lives, because she lives in a different city. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. So then it's funny, I'm like, Michael's, is he actually going to Michael's? I was thinking like he's gonna like go to a jewelry store that's like around Michael's, but he didn't give me a reason for why he would be in that area. So I'm like watching his location move, and he actually went to Michael's, and then he actually went to At Home. At Home is like a Home Goods, but it's like the Target version of Home Goods, and they have a lot of like decorating stuff there too. So I saw him go there, and I was like, okay, well, he's actually getting stuff for like decorating. So I was like, okay, whatever. And so then I get done with work. I worked that day from 8:30 to 5, and so we didn't have anything to eat for dinner. So I got done with work and I called him. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna run to Aldi and get some groceries and then head home. And he's like, yeah, okay. And then so I'm getting my groceries, I get home, and then usually whenever I get home with the groceries, he comes outside and like helps me bring it in. And this time he was like, just hold on, just come here real quick. And I was like, okay. And then I start walking, and I start walking towards the door, and I can see that he has a button up. And then I start seeing our hallway, and he lined it with candles, and he put petals on the floor. And I want to insert a video so you guys can see it. It was too freaking cute. And then as I'm walking, following this trail, he has it set up so it leads to our patio door, like our back door. And then I just see the setup, and I just knew. In that moment, I just knew. I knew it. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Mind you, I'm like in work clothes, right? So I don't know that I will put the whole thing up, but I'll show you guys a little bit so you can see how it was. It was so beautiful, you guys. I was crying. Oh my gosh. And then he had my tripod set up so that he could put his phone there and like capture the moment. And I thought that was so cute because that's what I wanted. Oh, that's what he had actually asked me like 2 weeks prior. He's like, so am I gonna have to like hire a photographer or like a videographer? I'm like, you don't have to hire anybody. Like, I just want the moment to be captured. And that's exactly what he did. Oh my gosh, he did so good. Oh my gosh, I could cry. Like every single time I rewatch the video of when he proposed to me, I cry again. Oh my gosh, it's just so crazy to me. Like, I literally got my guy. I got the guy. Like, I got the guy that I wanted, you know? Like, I have always been a lover girl, and I think I will make a separate video talking about little Karina and things I will say to her. But I have always been a lover girl. I've always been like a hopeless romantic. I've loved love, and it's just really crazy, and I really appreciate that I got what I wanted. Like, I got what I wanted, and I couldn't be more blessed to have it. Like, I'm just so blessed. Do y'all watch Bretman Rock? He just posted a video for his podcast, and he said, wow, the universe loves me. And I'm like, wow, God loves me. Like, it's how I feel. What else I want to say? The ring. Can we just take a moment? Like, what? Look at her in all of its glory. He did so good. He got me the exact ring that I wanted. And I know rings aren't everything. They're not. but I'm so very blessed that he got me the one that I wanted. And it's so crazy because like when we first talked about getting married and like what kind of ring I would want, I literally showed him this picture. I'm gonna see if I can find it because I showed him a picture years ago, and this was like year 1 into our relationship. So literally I had showed him exactly the ring that I wanted. It was an emerald cut. The one that I have is a radiant cut, elongated radiant cut, but the one that was in the picture for the Insta pic, it was a emerald cut. But I remember back then I didn't realize the difference in cuts. What I really wanted was a radiant cut. And then it got to a point where like I was like, it doesn't matter, whatever he wants to give me, either radiant or emerald cut, I'm fine with. I knew that I wanted something that was like the rectangular shape. I thought it looked so pretty. It's like giving princess vibes. Like I just love the shape. And so I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of the Insta pic. I'm gonna put it right here. But if you guys can see, what was really like, what was the most beautiful to me was the band on it. I really like, it's called the Marquise and Diamond Band, and it just looks so dainty and so cute, but slightly vintage and classy. I just thought it was so cute. And he got me the band that I wanted also. And he couldn't have done a better job. I'm just so happy. This is the love that I get to experience, the love that I've wanted to experience. And don't get me wrong, like I went through a lot of shit with men in my life. And it hasn't been easy for Justin either because I have severe PTSD and like, you know, my man looks good, so bitches be in his DMs sometimes. But he's very reassuring. He tells me everything. Justin tells me everything, like everything. Like I have his phone password. I can look in it whenever I want. This is the most safe I've ever felt ever in my life with a man, and I think that's what relationships should be. And I think relationships all across your life, but especially your romantic relationship, I think you should feel safe in the most utmost regard, and I have that with him. This is crazy, y'all. Who would have fucking thought? And now I have to worry about planning a wedding, even though that's like the last thing that I want to think about. But low-key, y'all, I'm not gonna hold y'all, but like I'm ready for like next steps. And if some of y'all know, some of y'all don't, but like I really want to have kids. Like I am ready. I remember when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, by 25 I'll be married. Mind you, I'm 28 now, so like, but it's okay. When I was younger, I always had an idea of when I'd be married by, when I would have kids by. And now I'm reaching this age where I'm not obviously that old, but like I'm trying to have kids soon, you know, so I can like be done quicker. So I'm really excited. My sister wants to have another kid, so we're like talking about, oh, maybe we can like have kids together, and I think that'd be so fun. So yeah, guys, I'm like really excited for like these next eras of my life. And yeah, I'm just really happy with everything. I couldn't be more blessed. Even like my boyfriend's family, like I love them. My family loves him, and I just think it's just perfect. I feel like I'm all over the place with the story, but I feel like I be missing steps. So last weekend, I told y'all we went to this wedding, right? So it was in Raleigh, which is about 2.5 hours from where we live. And so I was like, why don't we stay at, his parents had offered, and they said that we could stay with them at their house after the fact. And so I told Justin, why don't we just stay there? Because Justin was like, we can also get a hotel so we don't have to like drive back. But it was only a 15-minute drive, which I know isn't like the shortest, but I was like, the wedding was supposed to end kind of early, like at 10, so I'm like, that's not really that bad. And so we did end up going out after the wedding, and I think we still made it back to his parents' house pretty early. I think it was like before 1 o'clock or something, so it wasn't that bad. I thought we were just staying there just to like spend the night and then go back home after, but really he had ordered the ring to his parents' house because he didn't want me to find it, and so he wanted to pick up the ring because it had finally came in. And so little did I know, so next day was a Sunday, and we were just hanging out with his parents and stuff, his family. One of his aunts came over, 2 of his aunts came over, and I was just thinking that they were just coming over just to like spend time with us, but they were coming over to see the ring because he had finally got it. I was like, oh my gosh. It was just so funny when he told me, because like I didn't realize when I was there, I would notice how like every now and then one of his aunts would like go off with his mom somewhere, or like he would go off with his dad somewhere. And like, so when he went, he was like, everybody was basically just seeing the ring, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was just like so oblivious to this whole like happening around me. And it was funny because he told me that he wasn't planning on proposing the day that he proposed, but then he was like, I just couldn't sit on it and I just had to propose. He told me that the plan previously, he wanted to look into hiring somebody to do like the whole art, like, you know how they have like the arch stuff with like the flowers and all, you know, all of that. All of the wait times that he was getting were like 2 weeks or more. So he was like, I just didn't want to wait. And so he just like put the whole setup together himself. and I think it was perfect. I think it's perfect. I feel like I got the perfect proposal, and I'm so happy. I feel like everybody deserves to experience a love like this, and I'm so blessed that I get to. I could cry. So I'm going to be using my Makeup by Mario palette, the Ethereal Eyes Moonlight palette. This is a newer one that he came out with also. Very, very cute. I'll do something simple because I'm talking a lot and I feel like it's very hard to go into detail with stuff when I'm talking loud. Okay, what else? I think that's it in terms of the engagement. It's still like, I look at this rock on my hand and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this my life? Like, is this for real? Like, I got this? So crazy, but I'm so blessed. I'm really happy and excited for what is to come in our relationship. Also, I feel like we just keep growing and evolving, you know, in our relationship, and I'm just really excited. Other things that are going on in my life. So y'all have been noticing I've been posting a lot, so like I'm still trying to do this whole social media thing. That is not changing, but some of you know, some of you don't. I am a nail tech, right? That's what I do for a career, and it's fun. I love it, but there are times where I feel like I've always known that it's not what I want to do forever. Like, I've known that for a long time. It's been good to me thus far, so I can't complain. And I had something happen, and maybe I'll go into details about what that is one day in a video, but for now, I don't want to talk about it. And if you know, you know. I would ask that people respect me just a little, or just enough to, like, if you know about what's going on, to like not comment about it on my social media. But anyways, I feel like I'm making it a bigger deal, but it's not really that big of a deal. But I feel like I'm coming to the conclusion where, like, I feel like I want to broaden my horizon and I want to maybe re-enter corporate America. But I think it's because I feel like, so I'm at a point in my nail tech career life where I'm getting really tired. And like my back hurts sometimes, my neck hurts like right here, my wrist hurts sometimes, and my thumb, the nerves in my thumb. And so like I'm getting to a point where like my body is like starting to feel it, you know. I'm hunched over doing people's nails, and you know, also the fumes might be getting to me, and I don't even know that yet. But I think I'm just getting to a point where like I know more confidently that I need to close that chapter in my life. So I'm gonna start looking for other jobs, y'all. And you know, some of y'all know, but like I went to school, I got my degree in accounting, so I have that background. And so I'm excited to see what is out there. I need to revamp my resume. I say this to say that life will come at you sometimes in unexpected ways, but you just gotta go with it. You just gotta go with it and figure it out. I feel like I've always known that the nail thing wasn't my forever, and it wasn't what my end goal was meant to be. So I'm like, I'm sad, but I'm not sad. And I think maybe even in the future, one day when I don't have to worry about being in a suite, maybe one day I'll have like a she shed in my forever home and still take some clients, but not too many. I don't know. It's still up in the air, but for now, I think I do want to focus. I will be doing nails until I can find another job and something else to do. But yeah, guys, I feel like I'm excited to share this part of my new life journey with you. I feel like it's another new beginning, but that I'm actually really excited for. Yeah, I'm excited to have a job with PTO because I haven't had PTO in forever. PTO is paid time off, and as an entrepreneur that has her own business, if you don't show up for work, you don't make no money. So I'm excited to have benefits and stuff, including PTO. I know right now the workforce and getting into the workforce and applying for jobs and getting jobs is hard. I have my sister just graduated from college recently and she's trying to find a job. I have clients who have been applying and trying to find jobs, and it's tough. It is tough, but when I first graduated from college, I ended up finding like a job, but it wasn't like in my field per se. I was like a recruiter and like a front desk assistant. I don't know what they're called, but I was a recruiter and I was a front desk person for this company. And I remember I got it right out of college, so I was like, you know, whatever, I'll just take it and then also see what I can find after. I worked there for like 3 months, I think, and then my parents were planning a trip to Mexico, and at this point I already hated that job because the boss was like, he was just not a nice man. I knew I couldn't be there any longer, so I decided I was gonna quit, and then I was gonna worry about finding a job when we got back. We went to Mexico for like 2 weeks. So we got back and then I started applying. I was going through hiring agencies. I was able to land a job 4 months after we got back from Mexico. So I feel like I know that it's gonna take a while before I can find something, but it's just like prepping myself for all of it. But I'm actually really excited for it because I know it'll be like a new journey, and we have the whole rest of our lives to work. You know, hopefully we don't have to work forever, but while we do, I think you can reinvent yourself over and over again. And I've done it already, so like it's not something that I'm scared about. The only thing that is a little scary is like interviewing. I'm not really sure about this eyeshadow that I'm doing right now, but we're just playing today because whatever. Interviewing. I've hated interviewing since forever, but we gotta figure that shit out because we have experience now. I have the experience of when I did work my corporate job. I worked my corporate job for like 3 years, and so I definitely know what I'm doing when it comes to that. But I just need to be more confident in my interviews, and I think that's really what's gonna help me land something good. But I'll be sharing with you guys how that goes. But I wanted to tell you guys that life will life sometimes, but you just gotta roll with the punches and figure it out. I might have just done a whole mess on my eyelids, and I'm gonna show y'all. Like, this looks a little crazy, but we're gonna go in with this bottom shimmer. It's gonna be okay. I need to figure out what my goals are for next year and start like being more organized. I think that is what's gonna make the biggest difference in my life, is the organization that I have. These colors pull a lot more cooler on versus in the pan, and I think I love them. I think those are like all of the major updates that I have. For anybody who follows me on Instagram and TikTok, I have been posting more often on there too. So I'm definitely gonna keep posting, y'all. I'm like on a mission. I'm on a mission, and the mission is to make social media my full time. I've always liked recording stuff. I've always liked putting myself out there, not even because of like to be famous or anything. I think I just like to share. And I think I may have said this once before. I think part of my purpose is I've been blessed, so blessed to experience the love that I have experienced. And I think part of my purpose is to share that with the world, because I think some people like just lose hope because, you know, they don't have the same luck, or they don't have what they want, or, you know, they don't have somebody that loves them the way that they want to be loved. But I am here to tell you that it exists. I'm sure that it exists for everybody out there. I think sometimes we just have to learn the lessons, remove yourself from anything toxic. And if you keep putting yourself there, it's your fault. I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but it is. You have to really learn your lessons and keep filtering through who is not for you. So as for me, I'm gonna keep posting my content, and I would hope that y'all will keep supporting me. Anytime I get a new subscriber on YouTube, I'm like, oh my gosh. It's just so exciting, because I don't know, some of y'all know, but some of y'all don't, but I started a channel like when I was in college, and then I like fell off of it for a while, and then somewhere I heard that it was just better to restart on a new channel, like it'd be better for the algorithm. So then I was like, whatever, even though I had like 1,000 and some on that one, but I was like, whatever, I'll just start a new one because I thought it'd be better for like my growth. So that's why I started this one. But I'm really happy that I'm back into it. Sometimes I feel crazy for like posting my silly little videos on the internet, but I really do enjoy it, and I don't care. I really do have fun with makeup. I always have enjoyed makeup, and so why not do something that you love and share with people whoever exists on the interwebs that enjoy my content. I really do appreciate y'all, for real, for real. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my eyes and put on some lashes and then be right back. All right, y'all, that's gonna be it for today's video. I did finish the rest of my makeup because it's time for me to go to work. I need to hurry up and get myself together so I can go. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody that sits down and like listens to me in the background while they do stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. It would really help me out. And yeah, guys, I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.